is Lou Jane Yakub. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Hamala. The girl in this photo is me receiving certificates for various academic achievements. And the smile that you see on her face is the smile of a person who achieved something she didn't think she could ever achieve. When I was young, I was diagnosed with a learning disability, specifically an auditory processing disorder, and that meant I couldn't process things I was hearing. Information would get jumbled up and I struggled in school as a result. At around the same time though, I found that I excelled in the arts because it allowed me to organize my thoughts at my own pace. And over time, I started finding my own processes and systems to understand and internalize information. And I stopped thinking in terms of limitations and started thinking about possibilities instead. Those certificates, they don't just represent how well I did in school. They represent how I overcame what could have been a lifelong debilitation. Celebrating that achievement with my parents is my proudest moment. Well, my parents have been married for 23 years. They're best friends and still really embrace their inner child. My mom is a total Disney fan. She loves things like, she loves having Disney tours play on the background on the TV at home. And my dad tries to get her to a Disney park around every year. My dad, he loves things like Star Wars and Indiana Jones. He got really excited about going to a lightsaber making experience with me. But my mom was pretty sure that experience was more for him than it was for me. I believe I was only 4 at the time, but I remember being at the mall with my dad and we were watching a dance performance on stage. I was so small that he had to carry me on his shoulders so I could see. And I distinctly remember being so in love with the music and the movements that I pointed and said, I want to do that. And ever since then, I have become immersed in the performance arts. I've studied ballet, other forms of dance, theater, film acting, cosplay, and modeling as well. I still have the same ambition to excel in and be recognized in the performance arts, and I think that the only thing that's changed since then is that now I want to help other young children actualize their ambitions through the arts too. But I will always find a way to realize my ambitions. I'm an ordinary person, but I've learned that I'm capable of achieving extraordinary things. No matter how how challenged by life circumstances I may feel, no matter how many doubts creep into my mind, I will find a way to overcome them. Challenges are normal. Life doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. But if you believe in yourself enough to know that if you try really hard and think outside the box, you can find a solution. That's who I am. Well, I love to cosplay. If you've ever been to Comic-Con or a similar convention, then you'll know what it's all about. Cosplayers create their own costumes to show their love of fandom. So for example, they'll dress up as characters from video games, movies, TV shows. It's the best feeling going to a con, wearing a cosplay that you've meticulously put together, and then having fellow fans come running up to you to talk about this fandom you're both really excited about. And it's not about how great your costume looks or how popular you are. It's all about this connection and shared passion and bringing happiness. There's no negativity. We're all there to celebrate the shows and characters we love and cheer each other on. My memory box. I've always been very sentimental. I tend to collect little mementos like concert tickets, photo booth pictures, birthday cards. I used to collect everything in a drawer. I spent most of my childhood in Abu Dhabi, and before I moved to Bahrain, my best friend gave me this beautiful box to keep all of my memories in. The contents represent every meaningful moment that I shared with the people I care about. I believe that the most beautiful things in life are not associated with money. It's really the memories and the moments that we create and hold on to. The legacy I want to leave behind is to be remembered as someone who always took the time to inspire and motivate people to be the best version of themselves. I'm committed to helping people understand that they are more than their doubts and their perceived limitations. And I recognize that while one person might not be able to change the whole world, you can change the whole world for one person at a time. Change starts with individuals, and I believe in the butterfly effect. Your actions inspire others to act too. So if one person is inspired enough to pay it forward, then we all win. That will be my thumbprint on the world. To quote an empowered Bahraini woman that I admire, Donna Zubari once said that you should dedicate 1% of your life to your community. Those words really resonated with me. There are so many innovative thinkers in Bahrain that are just trying to get their positive message to the world, but they simply don't have the reach. If I were to become the next Miss Universe Bahrain, beyond furthering my own advocacy of empowering children through art and expression, I would use this powerful platform to showcase and shine a light on all the Bahrainis doing this impactful work. The last message I had on my phone, let's see, comes from my close friend Isa. He said, "Hey Lou, don't forget, for our next meeting, make sure you bring in final drafts of your art pieces for us to look over." So just to give some context to that, I'm in part of an art group called the Blue Collective, and we're gearing up for an art show in September. I would take my international guests to places that showcase two things that are unique about Bahrain. One, how multicultural and diverse Bahrain is for such a small country. And second, how with all its diversity, Bahrain still has a unique heritage in keeping its traditional crafts alive. So let's take Bahrain's religious diversity, for example. I would definitely take my guests to the Grand Mosque and to other religious sites. While Bahrain is predominantly Muslim, we also have churches, temples, and a synagogue. Bahrainis coexist beautifully with each other. And as for traditional crafts, I'd take them to Al Jasra Handicrafts, the Gold Souk, the Pearl Museum. These places keep our ancient heritage of pottery, pearl diving, and jewel crafting alive.